Under the regulatory guidelines set by the Association of Boxing Commissions, ABC, here in the US, fights are scored under the following criteria: clean punching, effective aggressiveness, ring generalship, and defense. Ultimately, though, the outcome of all fights that go the distance is determined by the judge's discretion. And far too often, judges have misused their power through sheer incompetence or abused it through unabashed corruption. And when these erring judges are disrobed for their blunders, they hide conveniently behind the subjectivity that burdens their task. Slowly drowning from the lack of proven pay-per-view stars, the sport of boxing was supposed to get a huge gulp of air from the third installment of the increasingly popular SuperFly series last Sunday at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Instead, distraught fans had to relive a nightmare they've gone through so many times before. Just when we thought that boxing was in fair health, it punches itself in the face yet again. Bleeding, decaying. Donnie Nietes of the famed ALA boxing stable is the latest casualty in the fight game's long list of travesties. In pursuit of the WBO's vacant junior bantamweight belt, Nietes danced beautifully and counterpunched marvelously against fellow Filipino Aston Palict, a young lion who was 9 years younger, 4 inches taller, and whose reach was nearly 3 inches longer than Nietes. After a 12-round masterclass, Nietes landed 194 of 523 total punches for a high 37% connect rate. Palict, meanwhile, was stunningly inaccurate, landing only 124 of 830 total punches for a low 15% clip. The 5'3" Nietes also hit more power punches, 112-89, and outjabbed the towering 5'7" Palict, 82-35. Amazingly, only one judge, Daniel Sandoval, gave Nietes the nod at 118-110. Robert Hoyle had it 116-112 for Palict, while Max DeLuca saw it as a 112-112 draw. The decision has since been universally condemned by HBO's esteemed analysts as well as writers from various newspapers and websites. I didn't keep a scorecard, but my eyes told me Nietes won by at least 4 rounds. To be robbed of a place in history as only the third Filipino after Manny Pacquiao and Nonito Donaire Jr. to win titles in 4 weight classes, Nietes earned a free pass to express justifiable rage. But when I talked to the soft-spoken Negrins over the phone a few hours ago, he took the high road instead and merely shrugged off the misfortune as another one of those dark days that ruin life's sunny days. The tone of ALA chief trainer Editor Villamore's voice rang with frustration, perhaps even a tinge of anger. But he too bit his tongue like a seasoned diplomat. A former champion himself, Edito accepted his fighter's fate the way the French do, c'est la vie. Nietes and Villamore's lack of outrage presents one of the ironies in boxing that a sport so savage and so corrupt can also be distinguished by men of great character who show enviable poise in the face of unfairness. Instead of harping on the bad decision that will never be undone, I'd like to shine a light on Nietes' preparation and game plan that proved superior. A pro for 15 years and 5 months, the 36-year-old Nietes has 346 rounds on his odometer. Like a pair of well-worn jeans, he was supposed to fade in the later rounds. But he did not, thanks to strength and conditioning coach Nick Curson. Under Curson's watch, Nietes regimented himself to a strict diet of nutrient-dense quality foods that helped Donnie's aging body produce energy more efficiently. Instead of the antiquated road work and sparring overkill, Curson focused on a training that combined rehabilitative exercises, plyometrics and sports-specific exercises. To make sure he carries his previous power from 112 pounds to his recent climb to 118, Curson built up Nietes' frame, packing 8 pounds of muscle. A California native, the 44-year-old Curson is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner who won the 2017 Trainer of the Year honors at the World MMA Awards. His long list of clients includes MMA stars Fabricio Verdum, Lyoto Machida, and Rafael dos Anjos, as well as a cluster of basketball players, including some in the NBA. After 10 weeks of camp, Nietes was ready. It was then up to Idito and his younger brother Edmund to devise a plan that would beat the 27-year-old Palict, a natural 118-pounder, who was bigger, stronger, and younger. As it turned out, no rocket science was required. The Villamores hatched a strategy that was stunning in its simplicity: take the fight to the center of the ring and avoid the ropes like a bad habit. Nietes, ever the dutiful soldier, executed his marching orders perfectly. The swift movement of feet, the quick, measured burst of punches, and the slithering ways with which he escaped Palict's dangerous bombs was the latest masterpiece from the three-division champ known as Ahaz.